some of you are probably wondering what this is. This might be a little over your head because this is like 20th century. This is like 20th century technology. All right, it fits me quite well. I did a chapel like 25 years ago, and I pulled it out again because it's the same text. So I've got the original overheads, okay? And one of the overheads that I had to make a photocopy in the library. It's my foot. That took a little balance. You know, the chair up there, I got my foot up there before chapel. Mrs. Hawkinson was scrubbing down the copier second hour, by the way. You don't have to do it, Mrs. Hawkinson. I got the original yet. I love my foot. And I'm going to show you why I love my foot. I have a very special foot. And I think when I show you an image of my foot, you'll be able to see right away why I really, really love my foot. So go ahead, you'll put the foot up there. See if you notice something that's outstanding. It's outstanding. All right. I think it's obvious, I think it's rather apparent that I have a royal toe. And in history, the royal toe was very evident in different cultures. In fact, the Greeks tried to hijack it and call it a Greek toe. The Statue of Liberty has a royal toe. Michelangelo's King David has a royal toe. I think there might be something to that. But I want to use the royal toe today. Sometimes you use the word hater, or I want to show a progression of my pride with something as silly as a royal toe. So when I look at a royal toe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in a progression. First of all, it's just in my head. I think I'm special. I got the royal toe, man. I won the genetic lottery. I'm down here. I'm really cool. Just so I let you know, I got a royal toe. I don't know if you have one or not. Maybe the next step is, I wonder how many out here are really cool and how many have a royal toe amongst us. Because I think you're really cool if you have a royal toe. The next step is, I like to cook breakfast. So tomorrow morning, if you have a royal toe, breakfast is on me. You come to my room, and you will have breakfast. You're special. The next step might be, I went to the administration, and we're going to start a new club. It's called the RTS. It's called the Royal Toe Society. It rocks. All the cool, everybody that's cool. Royal Toe Society. We meet once a month. Now, at that meeting that we had, we decided we're so special that we should have special privileges. Sorry, teachers, we got your parking spots. The RTS, the Royal Toe Society, gets all the parking spots. As far as lunch, we're going to get it catered in. We need space, so we're going to clear out the senior lounge. The other thing is those backpacks are awfully heavy. I don't know, we're royalty. Why do we have to carry them around all day? So, the Royal Toe Society has things going. The problem I have, though, is we wear shoes. So I don't know who the people that have royal toes are or not. So I designed a tattoo last night. A tat. Yeah, there it is, the RTS tat. So when you see us around the school, you'll know you can carry our bags, you have that privilege, and you'll know who we are. That's rather silly, but let me tell you, anything that divides us as Christians is foolish. And Scripture is very, very clear. If you could put up that passage, please. So instead of the toe, we're going to look at clothes. We're going to look at gold. Kind of fits today. So there was a meeting, and God wrote about this meeting. I'm going to go down. Suppose a man comes to your meeting wearing a gold ring, or wearing the gold, or really fine clothes, and a poor man in filthy old clothes also comes in. So there's a scenario. It's all about the clothes. It's all about the gold. If you show special attention to the man wearing the fine clothes and say, here's a good seat for you, but say to the poor man, you stand over there, maybe in the corner over there. You can kind of sit down here at my feet. You don't get to sit like the rich man. That's wrong. It's a sin. And God calls us out on that. That's really what my little display was all about, too. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what it is. It divides us. It's wrong. The title of that is showing favoritism. But look at how it finishes. Have you not discriminated among yourselves and become judges with evil thoughts? You see the word judge? That's prejudice. A guy comes in with clothes and gold and he's everything. A silly toll? A royal toll? Really? And there was actually something in history that was about that? Really? So what do you discriminate? And then the discrimination. You get to sit here. The other man sits on the floor. So what does God say? That's evil. It's sinful. There's no place for it. So I just kind of used my toll many years ago. I'm using it again. It doesn't matter what you put in the blank. You want to put in wealth and clothes and gold, it's foolish. You want to put in ability, oh, I belong to this sports team or I belong to this club. Really? That sets you apart? That's foolish. You want to use skin color? It's foolish. You want to look at color? Look at the color red. That's the blood that Jesus shed on the cross, not his skin. He shed his red blood for all of us. We're blood-bought souls. That's what unifies. So we don't put any barriers up. We don't have prejudicial thoughts. We've got to knock them out. We don't go with the discriminatory actions. And God calls it evil. Look, I'm not telling you that. So I think he's very crystal clear to us. I want to put up another passage. When I first started teaching, my middle grade teacher taught me this passage. Whatever you do for the least of one of these, you do it unto me. See that guy that came in with the rags? Give him your seat next time. Treat him with dignity because maybe nobody else in your group does that. Now you're treating him as Christ. And how I learned it is I was a principal and I had my first VBS. One of my unchurched moms came up. She said, please save my son. I'm really worried for my son. I said, I had Russell in class. He's fine. No, I have another one at home. I can't get him out of his bedroom. He's intellectually disabled severely. He gets picked on in school. I can't even get him out of the room anymore. The kids in school are his neighbors. He doesn't want to go outside. He's actually pounding his head now on the wall and breaking out the wall boards. It's bad. So my middle grade teacher stepped up and said, Mr. Plamann, you're busy. I got it covered. What she did? She went down for 2 weeks and sat with him and gained his trust, got him out of the room, and got him into our school. That's my middle grade teacher. He didn't trust school. He sat there. And then she noticed he was doodling math problems. He loved to add and subtract. He was very good at it. So here, what did she do? She set up a little booth. The day of partitions, we had partitions, a little booth for him. He was a tutor. His whole world changed. He had value. We valued him. He was a tutor. We brought in the primary grades. He taught them how to add and subtract. His whole world changed. By Christmas time, he's in the narthex showing everybody how he can tell time on his new wristwatch. By the end of the year, we had we had mailboxes for church. He actually helped us stuff the mailboxes or put the mail in. I made him a little slot because he loved Ranger Rick. We ordered him a Ranger Rick. I said, if anything comes in, let me know. He ran to my room. What a wonderful morning that was. It's one of the best mornings I had in ministry. Ran to my room. Mr. Plamann, I got some mail. You got to come down. He was a delight. He loved school. He loved us. I had an art project with stitching some pictures with yarn. He had to take out knots. He's digging the needle in my arm while I'm teaching. And I wanted it. And the kids would laugh and he would enjoy it. And he was a delight. But he taught me Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's around the corner. He couldn't take confirmation class, so I taught him some hymns and songs. So I taught him, now thank we all our God, or I thought I was teaching him. And it goes like this, who from our mother's arms hath blessed us on our way with countless gifts of love. Countless gifts of love that still are ours today. So he looked at me and said, Mr. P., how many meals? And I looked at him and said, what are you talking about, Kyle? How many meals did I eat from my mother's arms till now? I said, go get your calculator. So Kyle got his calculator, and he's 15 at that point. I had him for a couple years. And I go, 15 times 365, I explain how many days in a year, times 3. He's mad at me. Make it 4. I like snacks. Kyle, we all like snacks. I already got the 3 in the calculator. I punched out, it was 15,000 something. He goes around the room, he slaps every desk, every desk he hit. You could fill the whole room. He is showing me thanks and praise to God. He's teaching me the hymn, and I was just humbled. So he's slapping every desk, you could fill the whole room. And then he's going to put his calculator back, and he holds it up. How many for you, Mr. P? How many for you? Now he starts to teach me that hymn. I'm still talking about to this day, like 37 years later. He impacted me. I never have a Thanksgiving go by where I don't think about him teaching me that hymn. So I said, okay, bring the calculator back. So he brought back the calculator, and I think I was like 28 times 365 times 4. Mr. P. Well, I really like snacks, Kyle. It's 3. All right, so we got that figured out. We worked it out. So I multiplied it out, and it was like 32,000 or something. He's up, hitting every desk. You could fill the whole school. You could fill the whole school. He's praising and thanking God for me and what God has given me for all those years on my behalf. Now he's in the hallway, disrupting all the classes. I let it go. It's a thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. Going down the hallways, we had a rack where we put our lunches. He hits every lunch. You could fill the whole school. He disturbs every classroom. I really wanted him to disturb the middle grade classroom because that's the teacher that made the difference in his life. And she's the one that showed me the joy in ministry with this passage. I don't think there's a greater thing we can do in ministry than that, and to find those opportunities. So if Kyle was here today, here's the blessing of the day. He would say, fill up the whole auditorium again today. God, fill him up with blessings. If he was here today, he'd say, fill up the whole school with blessings. And how blessed we are today and every day. And that's the blessing of the day. I do have a few hymn stanzas, and then Pastor wants to talk a little bit. He wants to give an announcement. So Pastor Fisher will give an announcement. So just be seated. If you can go with the first stanza. Take my life and let it be. So think about ways that we can make a difference. Everybody counts. How do we minister to each other?